Okay, so I try and be a little more lively. Usually family's asleep and I'm trying to be quiet. I'm usually like this, and people are like, You're really quiet." So the wife's out with some friends. My son is upstairs doing homework, and my other son is at work. So we're good to go. And I already started popping a couple beers, so we'll definitely get a little lively. Um, so somebody posted a question. They were trying to follow I think it was free NAS ESXI. It was a whole big video. I just throw this stuff out there. I hope you can follow it. Um, so I upgraded my server to ESXI 6.7 update 1. During the process, I said wipe it. I didn't care, so I have to start all over. I did save my store, so all my VMs are still here. As you see, I still have all my VMs. I also installed VCSA 6.7 update 1B, but the question was how to get two ESXi 6.7 servers on 10 gig. Now my 10 gig is running great, 1.1 max gig a second, which is awesome. Very nice. So I'm going to try and walk through this. Hopefully the person can follow this through this. I'm not going to do two ESXi servers, but you should be able to do this for each one to get them to the same area. What I mean by that is we're not connected to VCSA. We're actually connected directly to the ESXi server, and we'll configure the network. So if you follow the steps for two different servers, you give it two different IPs, hello, they'll be able to connect to each other. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. That's just 10 gig network. I was playing around a little bit. I have no idea why this is 10 gig network. I was trying to play around with this at first, and let's see if we refresh. If it goes away, probably won't. But I was trying to get a jump start on the video, and I kind of fumbled all kinds of stuff because there's a step you need to do, and if you bypass it, it actually wreaks a little havoc. So all right, screw it, we'll forget that. So anyway, we'll go back here. So, but if let's see. What I did was I figured two things. One, you need a network for your VMs, right? Okay, well, VM network. We are currently connected to 1066, 1057, which is the management network. The very first thing you need to do, this is the most important, go to physical NICs, make sure 10 gig, make sure it's connected. You see my other two are down. So I have a gig NIC in here, and I have a 10 gig NIC in here. Alright, so if we go to VM NIC, alright, so we go there, you can kind of see we're good. Now, VM kernel NIC, here, 1066, 1057, which is what we're connected to. That's why I was saying a management network. So you don't have to do a 10 gig management network. You really don't. But if you choose to, go ahead. You can create just a VM network. But I'm going to follow the same suit. 10 gigabyte management network. Well, why would you want to go through gig? Not like you'll really kill it. Now, this is what I actually found out, right? So I went through, started doing a video, and I was like, yeah, vSwitch 0, fine, we'll just choose it. And I went through this. That's where I fumbled. You can't change this. At least I couldn't figure out where to. So that's telling me we need to go virtual switch. Now we know we have a network card connected 10 gig. We have vSwitch 0. Let's add a standard switch. 10 gigabyte. We're going to call it ProCurve 6400 CL, right? So MTU, just leave it at 1500. Come down here, sees my NIC is up. We'll say add. Now, as you'll notice, we have our uplink. We have our network card connected. It's a standard switch. We do not have a port group assigned yet. Let's give this a shot. Let's go back to VM kernel NIC, add. Hey, look what we got down here. All right, so, not 4, 10. I'd love to do 40 gigabit. That'll be next. 10 gigabit management network. change your switch. Like I said, I wasn't able to change it afterwards. VLAN, whatever. So this is something else I also brought up when I did the video before. What's ironic, I noticed this when doing VMs as well, right? We're going to go ahead, we're going to make a static IP. Oh, where do we put our static IP? I don't know why. It's 2019. VMware can make it where you click static and it automatically expands this. All right, anyway, 10.60.1.100. I want to use 1 through 5. So we'll throw, well, you have to server up that. I don't want that high. We'll do 10. 255.0.0.0. We're going to leave default TCP/IP stack. Management, vMotion, I don't know what else right now. Just winging it as I go. All right. There it is, right? Mimicked what they had, right? Because I'd like to play around with vMotion. I might have to play around with that, move it off of here, we'll see. But anyway, for now, so we have our physical NIC, 10 gig. We have our virtual switch. Now look, now we have a port group assigned. We have one. We have that management group. Now if we come over here to port groups, what one is our VM network? All right. Add port group. We'll tell this 10 gigabit VM network. Come down the switch, choose our pro curve, which was on eBay. Guy had it for $75 and free shipping. I made an offer, said 50 shipped question mark, and he said sure. It is a little noisy. I opened it up. There's 5 fans. I disconnected 3, and I'm in my basement, so it shouldn't overheat. And it's a lot quieter, but I have a light on the front of the switch now, which I can live with. All right, so we say add. Now, we look here. Let's look around, right? Yeah, VM network, 10 gig VM network. Management. So theoretically, we should be able to go 10.60.1.10. Look at that. All right. We're in. We're in on the 10 gig network. Now, if you did that for more than one server, if you had 5 or 10 ESXi servers and you did those steps, but that one point back here, let's see, it's right here. This one point, you just increment, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Keep track of what you got. You are giving it the IP. So that's really it. We now have the 10 gig network set up. But let's go ahead and take it a step further to make sure VM. So I have a couple machines here. Let's see. I got a trash box. So all these need to get switched to the 10 gig. But for now, we're going to take this guy, lab admin. Actually, we're going to take a step away. We're going to go here. All right. Lab admin, remote, allow. All right. Always trust, connect. Sorry for refreshment break. All right. Setup. Ooh. I don't even remember. It's just been so long since I've touched my lab. I remember creating an account called Setup. Alright. Let that log in. So give it a second. I'll be right. Oh, well, don't have to be right back. Alright. Come down here. Let's see what we got for network. Network sharing. Come on. All right, Ethernet is unplugged. Now, pretty sure if we come over here and we edit this guy, right? Now, I got to install VM tools and everything else, right? Now we come down here, Rigsland doesn't exist. Come on. Now, we can stick that one on that one network, but I know what's going to happen with the 10 gig. We could put it here, say connect, and it's on my 1 gig network. However, that's not what I want to do. I want to delete this guy, right? All right. Add new device. Going to add network adapter. 10 gig VM. Now, this is what I was talking about. We chose it. Gotta click this little guy down here. Expand it. We do not want to E1000E. 10 gig. Maybe SR IOV pass-through. I have no idea, but I do know VMXNet 3 is going to be needed. So, alright, I'll just leave everything else alone. I got 2 CPUs, 8 gig of RAM, 320 gig, should be thin provision hard drive. Alright, we'll say okay. Let's come back over here. Look, identifying network. Now, since I'm going to have everything tied on the same, I got a free NAS, ESXI, a Windows Server 2019 that has all my files and all that stuff. What I want to do, I'm going to start 100 and up for the client machines, for my virtual stuff. So 10.60.1.100, and let's hit unlock. 10.60.1.100, 255.0.0.0. Oh, there we go. No gateway, we're good. Now, double click. Look at that, 10 gig right there. Alright, run. Command prompt, pconfig, ping. 10.60.1.1 is dead. I know, because I took that machine offline too. Uh-oh. 3. So now I have a physical box sitting out server 2019 1.5. This houses all my files. There we go. All my videos. This is my Plex server. Connects to this. All my action movies recorded. Actually, if you went through my videos, you'll see I had a Plex and I had an AC Home Run live through cable card. I just recorded tons of stuff, ripped commercials out of stuff. Anyway, so this is good. So we are now there. Let's do as a test. Let's see what kind of speed we're getting. Let's go back here. Software. Trying to think what we want to use. You know what we'll do? Alright, so I have a Macintosh, great. 7.4 gig. Let's copy this right to our desktop. What kind of performance are we getting? I'm not sure. Oh, gotta click this. Oh, that's horrible. Wow. That's interesting. That is really bad. So, that'll be my next step to figure out. Because this is copying from an SSD cache pool to an SSD over here. Don't like that part. So that's my separate issue. You'll obviously have it figured out on your end. So let me just as an example, you have to know that your network is running good. So we'll go here, we'll go software. I'll just sit right here and we'll go to my desktop just to give you an example. Here's like different drivers and just so much stuff everywhere. I have a 22 gig file I created. So let's copy it here. So these are kind of speeds we should be getting. That's a little, there you go, gig a second. I mean, we're talking, look at it, 12, 11, 10, 9, and it's hauling. So this end, once again, I don't have VM tools. All right, you know what? I want to go ahead and go the rest of the way with this. So I'm going to pause you, install, well, I'll start the VM tools now, but no need for me to waste time of you watching all that. So update VM tools. I'm going to walk through, get that, and we'll be back. All right, so anyway, I want to get the video going. I mean, there's tweaking involved and all that other happy crap. So anyway, iPerf. iPerf is great. So I have, let's see if I can bring it over here. Where is it? All right, so I have my server. This is a physical server 2019 box. And you run iperf-s for server. It goes in server listening mode. And when you do that, you take your other box, you run the same exact download, but you do iperf3-c for client, and then the IP of the server. Now the 1.5, 10.60 is my 60 is my 10 gig, my 66 is my 1 gig. And we've come up, this is in the VM, 5 gig, 2 gig, 4, 4, 3, 4, 3. It's not perfect. It really isn't. It's 4.5 gig network theoretically. But we come over here and it also, it pretty much shows the same thing. It's interesting with the zeros. Send, received. It received a 4.5, 4.7. Now, on my I'm doing this video on my gaming rig, which is a physical Windows 10 box. I did the same exact thing. I ran iPerf. Look, I'm getting 8, 8, 8, 8, which is the one you saw, 1.1 gig a second. Send them received. And down here you see them as well. So, in a VM there's more tweaking to be had. But the whole point is we wanted to see the whole 10 gig, how to set it up, how to get it going in ESXI. And as a recap, I did do a quick little searching. VMXNet 3 is what I wanted. Let's see. Internet Explorer worked best. With this, I was having problems with other stuff. Alright. Oh, wait. Losing track here. Alright, so I don't know. Right. I know what I wanted to do. I want to do this. Oh, crap. Sorry. Come on, timeout. Expecting it to grab that. Username and password. Alright, so as a recap, we have our networking. Like I did, I mimicked what was here. A, make sure your NIC is up. If not, it'll say link down. So, as you see, I have a dual port card. I cannot get the bottom port to work. I don't know. I have ConnectX-1 and ConnectX-2 cards. Anyway, one is up. We get that done. We had to go to virtual switch. We had to create a virtual switch first. Then we went to VM kernel, create a management network, which you don't have to do, but I am doing my management on that network. 1060, 110. 1061.10. Then from there, we had to go to port groups, and we had to change from there. Now it's simple. I mean, just to do this, we take our, because I like keeping everything separate, so we do our AD server. Pretty sure you can't switch on the fly. You have to delete and redo. So we come in here. Oh, which actually I remember something else. It's been a little while since I've done this. A network adapter. Oh, we can. Nice. 10 gig. What I was trying to say is I don't assign my network cards IPs. I leave them DHCP, and I assign it from the DHCP server. I do reservations off a MAC address. So let's just run through this. Alright, can we do it here? Network adapter, yes. 10 gig. Alright, I'm going to run through these. So now, I just got all the way down to Frisco here. But I do have a VM network side. The VM network is my, I don't think it's really my VM. That goes out through my 1066, my main LAN, where I want the real world to be. Now, my Frisco, if you remember, was the router, and that's why I'm moving everything to 10 gig. Everything's 10 gig behind here, and then, oh, can't do it while powered on. But anyway, let me finish on. Alright, so I just realized something else. So I got them all going, and that's great. So I'm going to have to play around. So because I went 10 gig, because you're messing around with things, you change so much, you got to reevaluate everything else. It's a lab. It doesn't matter. So 10 to 66 is my my normal house network. When I did this virtual lab a while ago, before the whole 10 gig, I was on 192.168.1, and that was 1 gig networks, and it was great. Well, I'm just on 10.60 now, and the reason why I'm doing that is I have a switch and I have a couple physical boxes. I still want to be in both worlds, so I'm gonna have to really reconfigure this router. I gotta go through a whole misfit of stuff. Anyway, which now I remember a couple other things. Hello, have a nice parched beverage here. So I came in. Actually, I chose 10 gig. I was like, maybe it didn't take. So let's take a look. Alright. So if you remember, no, it didn't take. You got 10 gig, hit the expand. You can't change. So really, a whole network changed now for me. I got to change them all, which I'll do another time. But anyway, hopefully some of this was good for you. If you have any questions, post up, and I hope it helped out somewhat. All right, bye.